Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is your January reading for the sign of Taurus, um, your sun, moon, and rising. So let's see what January has to bring for Taurus. Ooh, all right. Just want to make sure we got everything on the screen here. Okay, we're going to start off with your current situation that you're in. This is the present moment, and you've got the tower. So the tower is telling me that things around you, something's going to happen very quickly, very suddenly, where things are going to collapse. We know with the collapse, especially when it's sudden and quick, it could be painful and unexpected. But you have to remember that what is going to be destroyed, then there's like a rebirth, right? So something new is coming your way. Just know in January that something's not going to sit right with Taurus. Something big is going to happen. You can't miss it. Okay. All right. This is your strength. So interestingly enough, with the Tower card, we know that something big is going to fall and crack, but your strength from that situation is the 10 of Wands. Now, the 10 of Wands is really saying, you know what? You've had enough. Pack your bags, move on. You're tired, get away, basically, right? So the strength in that situation, when the tower moment occurs, is going to be for you to walk away. The weakness. All right. So the weakness here is the 9 of Wands. And to me, the 9 of Wands is, it's almost like a wall of protection. You're protecting what's yours. What it could be your home, it could be your love life, it could be your children, your money, your bank account, all that kind of stuff. So there is a form of protection here. So it's almost as if you've been holding on for something too long. You've been protecting something for too long, and now is the time it's going to break. And that's why the tower comes in. Okay, so you can no longer hold on to that. So that's the weakness. You're going to have to let something go, right? You're going to have to walk away from it. Okay. Your next card here is, it's your past. This is where you're coming from. Okay. So you're coming from a place of, hard work. You've put in a lot of time and effort into something. Could be your job, could be a relationship, could be anything. However, it's like something has sprouted from the ground, but it hasn't given you the fruit or the flowers quite yet. And you're getting frustrated because it's just not happening and you've put in so much effort. This card really is teaching you to have patience. Okay, so you came from an area of a lot of effort, needing patience, but at the same time having frustration, to a tower moment. Okay, so things, again, going to fall apart. Now we're going towards your future. So what does your future hold? Interesting. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Pentacles. This card is really talking about your mastery at something. You've mastered it because of all the hard work you've put in. So here you have the 7, now you have the 8, but in between the two you have a tower moment. So that's telling me that you, at some point, this frustration is going to crack and it's going to give, and you're going to have that collapse of the moment. But that's when, after that, that success story comes in, because you're now a master at what you do. So there's like this hill, right? This frustration has been building and building and building for a while, and something's going to break, and then you're going to have that success. So that's good. All right, now let's look at the four corners. The first corner here, they're all elements, okay? Your first one here is the element of earth. Um, Earth is all about your material possessions, your money, your home, your car, your food. And here we have the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. So if I'm looking at, from an earth element and the tower and what it's talking about here, um, it's almost like you have to walk away from some kind of um, expectations you have to be able to earn a lot of money and buy the things that you want. I think the world is changing from that perspective, where it's not necessarily all about abundance and having a lot of things. And so you're going to have to let go of that emotion, that feeling of being able to have everything that you want, right? I think it comes a time where you need necessities. Your next card here is the element of air, which is all about the mind and the mindfulness. Okay. Here we have the 10 of Cups. Now, the 10 of Cups that's that happy family life. Everything's going so well. It's all about love, love, joy, joy. And you can see this couple is being hugged by a rainbow, and there's the kids in the background playing. So it's a really happy environment. Your family life is really happy. Um, Now, how does that relate to the mindset? Well, obviously, when there's a lot of happiness going on, your mindset is there. It's positive instead of negative, right? And how is that going to help with the tower moment? So it's your family life, your support system. Now, if you don't have a close family life, this could also be representative of your friends, okay? So they're going to be around. They're going to give you that hug that you need during that tower moment. Okay. Your next here is the fire sign. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now, the Queen of Pentacles is someone who she's been very successful in her life. She's been able to to provide for her family when it comes to, the materialistic things, money, toys, whatever the case is. She also loves to be in nature, so she's a very grounded individual. Now, this is a sign of fire. So the two are almost opposites in a sense. And so, how can it help with the tower? What it's telling me is when the tower moment comes, don't overreact, don't react to it. Okay, don't use that fire. Instead, use the groundingness of the pentacles. Bring yourself down, calmly deal with the situation. And the last card here is the water element, which represents your emotions. And here we have the Ace of Pentacles. So that is all about new beginnings when it comes to work, career, finances. So if I'm looking at the tower moment and I'm reading your line across, it seems like whatever you've been doing for a little while, and I feel like this is career, okay, oriented. So whatever you've been doing for a while is just not going to work. There's going to be some change, a big change that's happening, but that's going to bring in some kind of a new opportunity that you're going to be really good at. So it's a good reading. I mean, you're going to have to go through a little bit of turmoil, but at the end of the day, it's good. Now let's look at your external influences, which is the line at the top. So what it's telling me just by looking at it, there's something there that you've walked away from. Both of these cards, they're signifying they're walking away from something. So the past is behind you and you're walking towards that support system, that family system. So almost it could be, an end of a friendship, an end of a relationship, something of that nature that you're walking away from and you're moving towards that support system. Your internal influences are here, the line at the bottom. So if I'm looking here of how you feel on the inside, what's been going on in the inside for you, what's been influencing your decisions, I see there's a couple of pentacles here. Okay, so that is kind of showing me that you're very into the materialistic possessions. Okay, so your home, your finances, your vehicles, things that you really want. the root chakra. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't kid yourself. And there's an element of protection here. So you're protecting what you own. You've worked very, very hard for it. You've become successful at some point and you have what you need, and more. Okay. So that's where your internal influences is coming from. And then we've got your present line, your past, present, future. Okay. So it looks good to me. I do want to pull a couple of more cards, and what we call is bridge the gap. And that is coming from your past to your present. So how did you get there? So we've got the 5 of Wands. That's showing some kind of conflict. Okay. So at some point with all this frustration, you went through some conflict, probably with some team members or some people around you, and it ended up in a tower moment. Okay. Explains everything. And then how do we go from the tower moment to the 8 of Pentacles? And that is through the Queen of Swords. So it seems as if your past here to your present, there was, like I said, confrontation. There's been fights or something, but there's also been some kind of confusion that's been happening, because the Queen of Swords, she's all about truth. She's very intellectual. She's very smart. But her key component here is she's the Queen of Truth, and she doesn't like when people beat around the bush. So if she asks you a question, she wants a direct answer. So what I'm seeing here from the tower moment going to the 8 of Pentacles, there's going to be some clarity, some truth that's being revealed, to kind of basically say, hey, you know what? It's not you. It's not your fault. I think there was some confusion going on, and you're going to end up in a very good position. Right? So you're going to be very good and mastery and hard at work at what you do, right? Everybody knows you're good at what you do. Okay. The other thing I want to mention, there's quite a few pentacles in this spread. That's the biggest suit here. So again, indicating to me, focus on the materialistic side of things. Very earth element, which Taurus is. So it works quite perfectly for you. I hope this spread resonates with you. This reading resonates with you. If it does, put some comments in the section. I would like to hear what your feedback is. And we'll go from there. And until next month, enjoy. Thank you.